Good morning, traders. Good morning, everybody. Great to be here. Happy New Week to all traders under the sound of my voice. And of course, this is wishing you all a beautiful week ahead from the bottom of my heart. I want to believe that your weekend was good, your families, your businesses are all good. Of course, if it is so, then we can start. So thank you very much, Akano. Um, I greet you. I greet everybody, that I can see on this list from the bottom to top, from the top to bottom, uh, from Abiodun to Adetunyi to Afamefuna to Alebody to Brown and every other person on the list. So I acknowledge you all. Yes, I welcome. It's a brand new week. And of course, this is my voice. So people say it's good to hear from me again. Well, I'm always here. You'll be surprised that even if every other person is, presenting, I'm always beside them, very much beside them. You know, it's good for me to keep tab on what is going on here. So I'm happy to be here once again, and we'll be looking at, quite some interesting instrument this morning. Starting from Euro USD to USD CAD to every other thing you can think of, right? So if you did not see me mention something, you can just bring it to my attention that maybe you have a trade on it, you want me to help you check something, I can help you check. Because we'll be good together this month, of course, this week. So I'm going to share my screen, and of course, I'll be using MT4 platform. Now, even if you are on MT5, it won't matter, all right? It's the same chart, whether you're on MT5 or MT4. You don't need to switch your screen. Whatever you are good. Right? So this is my screen, and of course, you can see I have, I think, only have two trades, okay, that I carry over from last week. Two of them was placed on the 21st of this month, and of course, today is 27th, so that makes it about maybe 6 days ago. I think I placed those trades since on Wednesday or so. Anyway, so we move now. I'm looking at USD first of all. Of course, based on what I can see on this screen, the daily chart that's the daily bar. It's actually currently bearish. So I'm going to go to if the daily bar is bearish, that means it is possible that the USD JPY might be fueled by speculations, and of course it is possible that the price will continue to drop. So what you can do as a trader is to look for entry. All right. So if the daily bar is bearish, you may want to be going with the bears. Daily bar is bullish, you might want to be going with the bulls. But of course, don't forget that a daily bar that is bearish now may turn to a daily bar that is also bullish in the next maybe 10 minutes. So you can look for entry on the smaller time frames like maybe 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour. And of course, if I plot the trend line now on this time frame, which is the M15 time frame, I can clearly see that the current bar of 15 minutes candle is actually bearish. So it is possible that this price may go down, but if the current bar turn around and turn bullish, then you can continue to place a direct buy on the chart. But based on what I've seen, it is possible that speculations, people are actually speculating that dollar might lose value. All right, considering the fact that FOMC is this week Wednesday, so if it is so, it is possible that USD may go down. But if dollar, take a swipe and gain value, it is possible that the USD will then, definitely go bullish. So what I can do is that since I'm hoping that this, 15 minutes bar will close bearish, I could just enter with a limit order, or I'll just wait for the candle to close, and then of course I'll choose to go with the bears. So what I'm trying to say is that it is possible that this price will go down, and of course, it is possible that the price will go. I'm just looking at this trend line right now to decide if I want to go with the PS or the bulls. If I see a candle close across this trend line and close bullish, then I'll place a buy. And if I see a candle on this time frame that close below this trend line, then I'll choose a sell. So that's the way I will trade USD today, right? And of course, considering the fact that the daily candle is currently bearish, it is most likely that the bears will take upper hand. Otherwise, you go with the bulls. Now, I'm going to go to what they call it now, GBP USD. This one, the daily buy is actually bearish right now, currently bearish. What I mean by that is if I switch to this candlestick, and of course, that I zoom in, you will see that the daily candle is currently bearish this time frame. Okay, so if it is so, and considering the fact that we have a trend that is intact, for the past maybe 5, 6, 6 trading days, it is possible that this price could also continue to go with the bears, or we could also plot a trend line to look at what the direction of price may be, and of course, a breach of the trend line may, actually spell that the price will continue to push forward. So, but based on what we have here, this price is still 100% with the bears. Okay, so but if you go across smaller time frames and you see a candle that break this trend line, then you can continue to look for a buy. So if we see a candle that will close across and above this trend line, then you can choose a buy. Now you permit me today because I've been having running, I don't know, I don't want to say I'm running malaria, right, for the past few days. So I've been treating malaria. So my voice may not be 100% what you will like. And of course, I may be having some sneezes and coughs here and there. You permit me, all right? I promise to be fine, all right? So that's it. So I was just discussing GBP/USD. Meanwhile, I've already taken analysis of USD/JPY. I said that once this candle close, and of course it actually closed bearish. So even though I'm already on a trade on it, I'll have to put my stop loss and take profit appropriately. So any direction you take, if you are taking a sell, your stop loss should be above a swing high. Like for example here. Of course, if you are taking a buy, your stop loss should be across a swing low, like for example here. So it depends on the direction you want to go. And of course, you know that the price will go anywhere, right? So it depends on the one you choose. So that's it for USD. And of course, for GBP USD, that was just analyzing. I'm just waiting for the price to close above this trend line, then I'll go with the buy. But otherwise, as it is close, bearish now, what I can do is to maybe, open another page of GBP USD. Considering the daily bar is bearish, it is possible that the price will continue to go with the bears. Now, that does not mean that pound is weak. That does not mean that USD is strong. It is just 100% technical. That's what we are seeing on the screen. So let me go with this first of all to check with smaller time frame to see if it is what I can do. So let me just say, let's do this here also. So it is possible that this one also would give us an idea of what to do. So a bullish close will spell a buy, a bearish close will spell a sell, right? So AUD, USD, this one, the current daily bar is bullish on this one, even though there was a gap up last night. So it is possible that this one will continue to push forward. It is possible, but we can't be sure. We can't be sure 100%. So let's just say that this one is undecided because, of course, remember that this particular 15 minutes time frame now is more or less like a range market. If you look at it carefully, when you say range, market is not a range because the price has not been really. Let me check out that. Okay, so this one is a little bit different. Right? Let's go. Come in. I'm checking with some of my indicators to see which one I should follow this morning. Okay, so this trend is still bullish. The trend on AUD is bullish because it means that this price would actually find the support and continue to push forward. Looking at the daily bar, the trend is not bullish on the daily bar. It's actually kind of like undulating, and we never can tell what will happen to this one, really. Because if we plot like this, like a zigzag, and we plot like so, it will be like a retracement, then this one will be the next impulse, Of course, this one will be the next retracement. So can we say that the retracement is complete now for this AUD? Is it comfortable for us to say so? I don't know. So if we are comfortable, if we want to be comfortable to say this is a zigzag, and of course that the leg is complete now, then we begin to look at maybe H4 to see what will happen on H4. Okay, so on this H4 now, can we say that the price is at the resistance? Let me check something. H4. On the same USD, I have this prepared template that I'm using to check it. So I may want to say, okay, the retracement is not complete until it get back to this trend line. I've been using this trend line now for a while. For the past maybe 2 months, I've plotted this, so I'm using it to trade the USD. And I don't miss on it. That means I really fail. So I only buy or sell based on those points that I projected on the screen. So right now, for me, it's not the time to trade on the USD based on this 4 hours time frame. So what this one is saying is that I will need to wait for the price to clearly get to this move. Oh, sorry. Clearly get to this zone before I can place a sell. All right. Or depends on what the price does around this trend line. All right. So if you print a bullish engulfing around it, then I can buy. If you print a bearish engulfing around it, then I can sell. Now, if you want to plot your own chart like this, it's simple. Just go to H4 and begin to plot lines, right? Go to H4. It's very simple to use trend line. Trend line is one of the simplest one of the simplest analysis or analytics you can use on your chart. Clear your chart, right? And then do something. This is 4 hours chart, right? And then you zoom out. If you want to do trend line, that's what I mean. You zoom out and then first you plot. So look for areas that are easy, right? So you could use anything. You could use lines. You could use, so if I want to use this one, let me first of all enable this one to the array so that it doesn't miss target. Then I can delete. Then I can plot again. So the first thing I want to do is to look at point of interest. So what I mean by point of interest is I click on this, then I paint this part. Let you see that the price got there and turned away. Same thing with this one. Same thing with this place. Same thing with this place, right? Same thing with this place. And you see all those points. So what I want to do is to see a line that connect all of them. Now I'm going to click on the trend line and start from the lowest and move. So you can see the way I connected now. So this connection tells me that I have this, right? So that's the least line that I have, right? So this line touch as many points as possible. Then I can now duplicate the line. So I don't need to plot another line. I just need to duplicate this one, right? Pressing Control key on my keyboard and pressing the center point and then move the line, right? So I can just move it. And as I move it, I can move it to anywhere. So for example, now if I move it to this place, it will connect this and the next point. So I'll be waiting for this again in the future. And then I can also, duplicate it again by doing this. And of course, I can connect one point. So that is also done. Done. Then I can also move it again and connect another point. That is also done. Right? Even with this now, even with this, the price is at the resistance. That's what it is. This is a new line anyway. So I can also duplicate and take to the upside. Duplicate and take to the higher side, right? So this gives me a perspective of what the price is going to be doing and where it will be stopping or moving, right, in the near future. Now, what I mean by that is if you look at this one also, if you look at this point, can you see point, 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 a lot of points in between. So this gives you a perspective of what the price is doing and any point in that. Even right now, the price is currently at a resistance. So if you want to sell, it is good. If you want to buy, you just wait for candles that will give you an appropriate idea. So right now, you need a price that will close and break this line. If it breaks it, then you can buy. If it doesn't, you can just leave it. But if you see a bearish candle now, that engulfs these candles that you have around there, it means that you can sell. Now, this is 4 hours. If you want to enter and be playing around the price, you can go to the 15-minute time frame and begin to look for what works, right? So based on what we have now, if on this 15 minutes candle, there's a candle here that is more like a kind of like a sell signal. What I mean by sell signal is because it's a continuation bar. A continuation bar is a bar that forms uh, that you have a little bit of shadow on top, a little bit of shadow below, okay, and of course breaks a trend line. So this is more like a trend line break, and of course it will spell that this price is ready to go down. So if you want to trade a kind of like a position of this USD, AUD USD now, you could be looking at the direction of BS. But otherwise, if this current candle close bullish and return and close above this line, it could be that the price is ready to go back up. And the bullish engulfing bar spell that much information. Right? So that's my analysis on the USD, and this analysis holds for any time frame, any instrument. It means that, which means that if you pick any other instrument apart from AED USD, okay, say you pick USD CAD, you pick USD JPY, all right, they are going to have to kind of give you the same thing, all right? So that's my analysis on AED USD. Of course, my analysis on GBP USD. And I think I've already done this, and of course, I give you my idea of what to do. I need to move something away from me so that I can do what I want to do. Okay. So on USD CAD, I don't think I've realized this yet, but I think I've already done USD JPY, GBP USD. So on USD CAD, the price is currently bearish on USD CAD. Let's say 4 hours. So the price is currently bearish on USD CAD, which means that this price will just continue to go the other way. So, but I have a buy on it. So I might just be looking. Okay, so let me see. I'm going to use stop loss around this zone. No, that's too high. Let's see this level. So if the price gets to this level in the future, I'll just accept my loss and move on. Loss is part of trading. Okay, so it's valid, right? So let me just by then just go in and place a direct sell on this. Now remember that FOMC is coming on Wednesday. So whatever analysis we are doing now is subjective, and of course uh it's going to be kind of like they can be to a large extent whether it's going to be successful analysis or not by what happens between now and Wednesday night. Okay, so Wednesday night we're expecting that report to come true, and of course for the meeting minutes to be read. All right, for the world to see. So USD CAD, it could be bearish today, most likely. But of course, if it turns around and turn bullish, you can just enter and place it back. So let's go to, I think I've done AED USD, I've done USD JPY, done USD CAD, because I've done GBP USD. So let's look at Euro USD very fast. Now Euro USD is currently bearish. Let's see why. Let's go to, okay, D1 is already bearish. We can see that. So let's go to M15. What do you think here? Okay, so since AUD may go down, GBP may go down, it is also possible that USD could also go down. Those are possibilities. So, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to properly, carefully analyze USD and see if I can just, go with the best. But if it turns bullish, I will also go bullish in the future. But for now, let me just go a little bit of bearish. Okay, so I'm going to just do this. All right, so currently the price is doing what it's doing. So it is possible that the price could drop in the near future. But if it turn around and go bullish, then I'll be ready to place a buy and take my profit as quickly as I can. Move on. So there's no permanent direction for this Euro USD now. It could go up and of course it could go down. So my analysis is not definitive, right? So I don't have any opinion as to where the price will go definitely. So it could go up and of course it could go down. So but whatever the candle does, all right, that's the current candle on M15. Whatever it does, it will just be your guide as to whether you want to go with the bulls or with the bears, right? So let me also check with this. Let me check with this. So it is actually possible that this price could do what it's doing now, right? So let's go to another instrument on the list today, USD index. Now, this particular instrument determines the price of dollar to a large extent. So when USD index is green, it means that dollar will gain strength. So as of now, as of today, as of this moment, let me check with this. USD index is currently bullish. So it means that if USD index is bullish, then dollar could gain strength. That's what it means. So it means that Euro USD could go down. It means that GBP USD could go down. It means that AUD USD could go down. It means that USD CAD could go up. It means that USD could go up. So my analysis on USDJPY may not be 100% what you're looking for, right? So because based on what the price is doing now, this USD index is saying that USD will gain strength today, right? So as I was saying, so I'm going to be looking to since the USD index is gaining strength, and based on what the candle that I see here is doing now, there was a massive drop on price on the daily bar Friday, but fortunately the price was able to reverse. That's on the 24th, Friday. Price was able to reverse, and of course the BS could not really hold it that much. So it could mean that this USD index will be very bullish in the near future. And it also means that Euro USD could go down between now and Wednesday, and even on that same Wednesday. That's what it means, because if USD index is giving us a signal of bullish, a bullish signal, right? Because we have seen double bottoms on the daily bar. Double bottom, it says that you have these two lows, right? You can see these two blue arrows at the bottom telling you that the price is at the double bottom, and currently the price is currently trading above 50 level on RSI, and of course 50 level on MFI, and the price is currently trading above moving averages on the chart. So it means that this price could just be on its way to the upside. And if US index is going to go up, then Euro USD will go down, because of course US index measure the strength of dollar. It means that dollar could just gain strength, all right, in the coming days. So I'll be looking to trade based on the direction of candles, on the USD index side. All right. So but of course, it is price. It is possible that this is just kind of like maybe it's coming to do like triple bottom. And if it's going to do triple bottom, it means that the price will still go down and test this level. So you need to be careful and of course be watchful of what the price will do in the near term. So it is not definitive. It does not mean that this is what the price will do, that it will continue to rise. Remember, nothing lasts forever. If the price is going up now, it could just go down in the next minute. So you need to watch it before you place your trade. Wait for candles to close before you enter either a buy or a sell on USD index. All right. So I'm going to go to the next one on this list that I have already. And of course, that could be maybe USD CHF. All right. USD CHF. So the USD price on the 1 hour bar is looking like it's going to go up. That's before analysis at all, but that's what the price is saying. So let's go to, just first of all, check with the breakout system, see what the price is doing. So before we could place a buy, this strategy says that this average needs to cross above the black. That's what this strategy says. That before you could place a sell, you need the confirmation. Before you place a buy, you need the confirmation. On the 15-minute side, it is confirmed that the price could go up, but on the 1 hour side, it is not yet confirmed. So we need to wait for this 1 hour, side to actually give us an idea of what to do. All right. So before you can place a buy, what the price is saying is that you can begin to see on the 1 hour that we have a lot of greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The current one is still green, which is the sixth one, which means that the price will be bullish. All right. And that's a dictate already from the USD index front. So the USD CHF could be what you could actually take advantage of. This is an instrument you just, based on this, you can just fund your account and say, I'm waiting for this candle to close green, then I'm going with the bulls, or I'm waiting for this candle to close bearish, then I'm going with the bear. So that's the way I see USD CHF. No confirmation yet, but the price looks good to go up any moment from when this moving average is crossed. All right, so we'll be waiting for that to happen. Of course, you can jump in for a buy. Let me quickly go ahead and check with Euro Pound. Now, this is one of my favorite instruments of all time. Why I say that is because compare with GBP USD, if I trade Euro GBP, I normally make money. All right. That means this particular instrument really fails me. All right. So if I place a buy, most likely I will make money. If I place a sell, most likely I make money. Or like GBP USD, whereby sometimes when I place a buy, the price will just go against me. I don't know why, but I found out that GBP USD does not like me, or I don't like the instrument. All right, but I actually like Euro Pound because it gives me kind of a sense of comfort, right? So if I'm to trade Euro Pound, what I normally do is I use this indicator you see on the screen, moving average cross. If the cross happens and when it happens, not later, right? For example, now this is when it happened. This is when the average crossed, not now. And the cross is on 22nd, which should be on the Wednesday. So today is Monday, so I will need for another cross to happen. So that means I will not trade where it is now. I will not place a trade now. I'll be waiting for another cross to happen on this screen. Now, if a cross happen, that means if this red cross below and of course cross above again, or cross below and give me a signal, then I'll place a trade. So as of now, there's no trade for me to place on this Euro Pound. But if you look at the daily bar, everything looks good to go up, right? So you could just be, waiting for the candle to close bullish engulfing. If you see a bullish engulfing around this moving average, you can just continue to place it buy. The one we have now is partial bullish, not full bullish. So you cannot depend on this. A bullish engulfing candle that I'll be looking for you to do to be something like this, right? This candle that I'm putting arrow on is green, and they completely engulf the candle before it, which is red. So this formation here is the one you should be looking for, right? That's the kind of formation you should be looking for. This kind of formation you see here. Right? I don't know if I can squeeze this to fit. Okay, those are the kind of formation you should be looking for. Let me zoom it so that people can see it. Those are the things you need to look out for, this kind of formation. So if you see it, it means that the price will definitely, be in your favor. They can hit it big, with big lot, right? Of course, make all the money you want. For example, now if you had seen this in the time past, maybe on Thursday, you would have placed a buy around here. And by now you would have made more than 500 points, which is 55 pips. And 55 pips on this is more than $500. Now, $500 is more than 800,000 on the standard volume. So if you are trading that, imagine somebody that take a standard volume on this trade on Thursday, and by Friday he has made $500, which is 800,000 naira. That can solve some problems. I don't mean the money is big, but of course the money can do something. So this is kind of instruments you can fund the account for. So if your account is low, and you want to take a standard volume, fund your account to maybe a 1.5 million naira, if you are doing naira, or 1,000 something dollars, and of course you'll be able to place a standard volume, considering the fact that you also get bonus on your account. So it means that you can actually take advantage of this one, right? So, but look for bullish engulfing, look for bearish engulfing, and of course, it'll be good to go on this one, right? So, USD card, I think we are good to go on that. So I think I've already analyzed that one. So let me go to another instrument on the major list, and that would be Euro CHF, right? So Euro CHF also kind of like bullish. We're not sure of it 100%, but looking at what the price is doing now, if we even draw a trend line, it's already telling us that the price could be on its way to the upside. But let's ignore that and go ahead and check with clean candles and check what's going on. So this one looks like it wants to go up. So let's plot a trend line to connect the dots. So we first of all connect the lows that we can see, and then move the trend line to connect more points that we can see. All right, those are areas that you can be looking for to trade. Okay. So based on what we can see here on this instrument, obviously there is kind of like a breakout now, and the retest is coming. So on this particular trend line, without using any indicator, I can just use trend line to tell you that this price could just be waiting for a retest. So what you can do is to, of course, you can also trade bullish engulfing around the lines. So this one, all right, this structure, look for it. A bullish candle engulf a bearish candle. Those are the candles you should look for, all right. And if I say another one, I'll show you. If I see another one, I'll show you. Like this one also. That's a good one. But of course, we wouldn't have plotted that line then. Now, in the future, if we see this kind of formation around the candles, then we can place a buy, right? So let's wait for this opportunity to come, but you can't get all these opportunities without actually funding your account. All right, you cannot trade opportunities without loading your account to the level that you're supposed to load it to. So ensure that your account is ready. Uh, let's continue. There's so much comment that we can discuss. So let me go to another instrument on the chart that we can discuss, that we can look at. JPY, that's a good one. Based on what we can see here, let's check with this first. It could actually be that this price could go down. Let's find out. JPY had been very, very bullish in the time. Let's check. Based on what I can see of this JPY, on this D1, the price has been really bullish, right? Really, really bullish. Like straight bullish over time. So what's going on now? Let's find out. Do you think the price will continue to go up? Who can give us an idea? Let's check. Let's check. This price. Oh, okay. So I think the price is loaded now. Yeah. So this a. Okay. So it's currently bearish, right? Currently bearish on D1. Let's check with the weekly chart, monthly chart. Wow. So JPY, was on an uncharted territory. I think it has never been to this level before. I think this is a new one, right? It made a new high, the newest high even today. All right. So, but it's currently bearish. And that's an uncharted territory. So, what can we do to JPY? Do you think we should continue to look for a sell? Based on the fact that there is a candle that is almost abandoned now. So I think what will happen is on this JPY front, we need to watch what today's candle will say. If today candle close bearish, and I think maybe in the next 2-3 days, if it needs to close bearish, then we can continue to look for a sell. The reason is because the JPY breaks all-time high in recent time, so we need to be careful trading it. But if you look at the 1-hour chart, oh, okay, 4 hours, nothing definitive. Okay, so I think JPY is still strong. It's still very strong. So we need to watch, what the price is doing. The average is about to cross now on the smaller time frame. So if this daily bar is what we are going to be counting on, then we need to wait. All right. So I think for JPY, we need to wait a little bit before we can place a buy or sell, as the case may be, because the price is currently trading on the newest high. Right. The highest high that I made was even today, earlier today. High as much as 178.143, because this one has a high of 178.29. So I think the highest price we have seen was recorded today. So JPY is still bullish, 100%, or maybe 99.9% bullish. So the current bearish candle on D1 may not be what we are looking for, right? It may not be. But let's go with something like this to check something. I'll go with this. So I don't think it's time for us to begin to jump into a sell yet, really, because the price is still bullish, really. So it may just be that the price is retracing. And of course, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the trade. So let's hold on for JPY before we jump in. Now I'm going to go to another instrument on this list, and that would be New Zealand USD. You need to be analyzing currency. Don't worry, I'll analyze something different as soon as possible. Yeah, correct. Wait for direction. Yeah. So I think that's the proper word for it. Wait for direction. So New Zealand USD looks more like a narrowly traded instrument this morning. The reason I said that is because the price is more or less like in a range. Okay, but let me make it clear so that it can resonate with everybody. Let me zoom it like so. And then plot a trend line to connect dots. All right. So if I plot a trend line, right now, and then I drag it to this side, you see that the price is on a range, obviously. Obviously, the price is on a range. So let's zoom it in now so that we can see. So the price has been trading between these two trend lines in recent time. That's at least since October, say 15th, October 13th, 14, 15. The price has been on a range. So we need to be careful trading this. But what we can do is I will just plot your trend line like this. Plot a trend line like this on your chart, okay, on your laptop or phone. And then keep a watch on the price. Anytime the price gets close to the lower line, you buy. The price gets close to the upper line, you sell. Because that's what the price has been doing. Eventually it will break out, but there's no breakout yet. It has attempted breakout, but still came back inside that line. So I think the line is strong. This is going to be like a narrow trade for the next maybe a few days. Remember, this is New Zealand USD. So before we could see a breakout now, it could be Wednesday. So between now and Wednesday, enjoy the money, buy around the low and sell around the high. All right. So this dynamic support and resistance is going to be what will guide you for the rest of these few days. So you can see the two greens I plotted. Plot your own like that. Plot your line like that on your phone or laptop, and be trading narrowly as the price, dance around the trend line. So because that's what the price will do. It will go up, it will go down until Wednesday when there'll be an FOMC. Of course, the price will not decide where it wants to go. Now let's go for the last one on this list, and that will be, I think I've analyzed almost everything. USD, USD, KMC, everything is done. So let's go to the next one on this list, which will be, say, AUD CAD, right? Let's go to the first one. Let's check this one. Actually, was experimenting with something like this over the weekend. I wanted to know if this strategy can make money. All right. I was thinking of what to do if I'm going to use RSI with Bollinger Band and then the moving average 200 period. But because of the uniqueness of this, it doesn't really generate signal. This may be. So I'm going to switch away from this and go to this first. This one is simple enough, but the price is not doing what it's supposed to do here. So let's go to the next one, which is going to be this one. Okay. Everything points to the upside on this one. Everything points to the upside on this one, right? But the price broke a resistance around here. Around here was when the resistance was broken. Okay. But there's a clear gap now that needs to cover. So I think the price will most likely go back to support before it will begin to go up. And the support is somewhere around 0.91145 or thereabouts. Okay, so the support is clearly around this area or this region. Support is clearly around this region, dragging. So support is between 0.91170 and 0.91145. Thereabout. That's where the support is. So you could just wait for the candle to come around there, watch what the candle will do, whether it's going to give you a bullish engulfing or bearish engulfing, and of course you can place a buy or sell. So if it give you a bearish engulfing, you can place a sell. If you give you a bullish engulfing around this black line, okay, can you see this black line, this moving average 50, you can place a sell. If you give you a bullish engulfing, you buy. Bearish engulfing, of course, you sell. Because that's where the support is. So if the support is broken, the price will go down. If the support is not breached, the price will go up. So that is it for AUD CAD. And let's go to indices like, let's go to FRA 40. Now, FRA 40 is an Italian index. And of course, you can trade it. Okay, it depends on what the price does. Now, since I like looking at the technicals more than the fundamentals, I don't think this one will be any issue, all right? Because the recent I think I was watching whereby I was watching the news that the Italian economy or the Italian government is looking for ways to bring in people to Italy to work because they have, is it like a short in their workforce? I'm not 100% sure, but they want to open visa, just saying that the UK did and Canada did and US did at the point in time whereby they opened their visa of people to come in and work. So if that's really the case, it means that they are looking for more people to job start their economy. And of course, it could speak well for their index. So which means that this index could just be on its way to the upside. And of course, you can see what happened this morning with a clear gap. So that means that this price could just be on its way up. But there's a clear gap, right? And the question is, Will it be covered? Most of the gaps that happened in this market has been covered. All right, there was one here that was covered. All right, there was a clear gap here, but it was covered. Of course, there was a clear gap here also. Right? Can you see it? And then it was covered. So most likely this gap will be covered. So if that should be the case, it means that you could be looking to trade a sell. Of course, when the gap is filled, you can now begin to look for a buy. But of course, I'm not going to be trading this one today. I'm just giving you analysis as to what the price could do. Possibilities in there. Of course, you can trade it to your advantage. All right. So gap could be filled. Those are possibilities. Of course, you can take advantage of that. All right. So let's go to the next one on this list, which will be let's say, oh, sorry, I realized FRA 40. FRA 40 is for France. The ITA 40 is for Italy. Forgive me. All right. So FRA 40 is for France, ITA 40 is for Italy. So I think they actually projected the same thing. Remember, the two countries are 100% proponent of euro, so they are euro backers, including Germany, right? So especially France. All right. So I'm going to go to this one also so they can see that there's a clear gap there also. All right, so FR Italian 40 also going bullish. FRA 40 may also be going bullish. So the two of them have the same structure today. So you can trade it to your advantage. Of course, I'm going to go to cocoa very fast. Don't forget that you can drop whatever you want me to look at. Just drop it in the comment section. I'll look at it before we close. But this is what cocoa price is looking like today. Cocoa price is looking like it could just go up, right? Is it possible? Let's find out. First of all, find out with trend line. So in recent time, we see cocoa price dropping massively, right? So let's zoom in small so we can do proper analysis. Now, if you do a trend line from the time it has been dropping to the recent time, you can see that it's obviously breaking bounds. The big question will be, will this hold? Remember, there's a trend line break right now. Will it hold? Most likely. Now let's do a little bit of analysis again with another trend line. I'm going to plot another trend line here, like so. Then I'll move it this time around to this. Wow. Based on what we are seeing here now, this price, let me drag it down a little bit. This price could just, this price may not return to that support. What I mean is this. There's a trend line here that was broken, right? This first one, let me name it T1. Just watch. I want to give you something, a clear analysis on this. Cocoa, T1. So trend line 1, that's this T1, the one that goes from left to right, okay, was the major trend line that was broken by the price, and it has been tested, right? So it is possible that the price may not return to it in the near future. Now, the next trend line, which is going to be T2, I'm going to just plot it like T2. This one. Just change it to T2. That will be all. May just be the test that you are looking for. So the test may not come into this side. It will just be around this side. And based on what the candle is printing around this T2 line, it is possible that the price will continue to push forward based on this. Those are possibilities. So because we are seeing like the strong rejections around it right now. So there's this candle here. If I put an arrow on it, you will see it clearly. This particular one that was bearish, but then suddenly jump up, forming and kind of like a hammer. So that candle was a strong rejection there. The price wanted to go down, but there was a strong rejection. So what I'm going to do basically is, if I'm going to be trading this, is to be waiting for a proper bullish engulfing bar around this. So if I see a proper bullish engulfing bar around this trend line in the future or in the near future, I'll place it back. So let's wait for this one to give us kind of like a leeway to give us kind of what we need to see, which is a bullish engulfing candle. all right, that will support a buy, then we can place a buy around it. So because the price could actually go up, considering the fact that the price has been going down for a while, right? So, and of course, there's a strong break of this trend line. And right now, will just be the time that this cocoa price will continue to push forward. So it could just cross as much as possible to get to around $6,764 or even $7,000 in the near term. So remember, the price has already, this same year around August got to around $9,000, all right, on the chart. So it could just get back to that $9,000 on the chart. And of course, if you are buying now, it should be good time. So for you to now place that buy, you need kind of like a bullish engulfing bar that confirms that buy. So that's what you should look for. Of course, that's what you should do. All right. So let's see if the price has got into, before we close on this, let's plot a fib to see if the price has crossed the 60 level. Okay, so the price is still far from the 60 level. So even if the price is going to be tired of moving up, it should get to this level. Even if the price is going to be tired of moving up, it should get to that 61.8 level. So now it's a good time to look for that opportunity to place it buy. Remember, if you want to trade cocoa, you need as much money as possible on your account. I'm not talking of 500,000. I'm talking of 3, 4, 5 million. All right, so they can place a very better lot. Of course, you can make all the money. Cocoa can actually give you the money you need because that's what the price is saying now. Now it's time for you to fund your account and get ready to, take advantage of the price when they give you options. All right. So let's go to the next one. Before we close, we still have about 6 minutes to close. And of course, I'm still waiting for you guys to give me what I need to talk about. Right. So let's go to wheat because maybe we can close from there. Let me look at the comment section to see what you want me to look at. I've already talked about AUD/USD, SAM, HIBE, right? I've already talked about that. And then somebody's also asked me for US30. We'll check that one also. Let's go to wheat and then look at wheat first of all. So on the wheat front, let's go to here. Well, I don't think this wheat is, there's a gap on it, right? There's a gap on this wheat, like today. Let's zoom out and check. There was a gap. So the price has been doing something like this in the recent time. We saw this. After that gap, the gap was filled. There was a gap here that was filled. There was a gap here. The gap was filled because the price, did abracadabra and actually you start to feed that gap 100%. But then since then, we have seen the price does this kind of. So I think this is a clear breakout. I want to believe so because there was a breakout, retest, breakout, retest, breakout, retest, and now there's a breakout. So the price could continue to just, move to the upside. That's where I see it. So which price could continue to go up? But the question is, will it fill this gap? That's a big question. Will this void be filled? That's a big question. Those are possibilities because we have seen it in recent time that it actually, anytime there's a gap, the price actually fills. So it is possible that the price will continue to go up. But what you need to look out for is if this price is going to go up, you first of all want to wait and see this gap filled, and then look for an opportunity to place a buy. Right? So these are the kind of things you can look for in the future. If the price does something like this, that's a bullish engulfing bar. As I told you, I'm not trend line. Those are very strong indicators on the price that can actually give you what you need. Bullish engulfing around trend lines can actually spell all the money you need, right? And considering that Christmas is coming now, it's time for me to actually, take advantage of the market and make all the money you need in the market considering this. So let's go to US30 finally, and then we close. US30. So somebody was asking me to look at US30. So there's a gap on this one also. The question is, would the gap be filled? I always ask myself that question. Anytime I see a gap in the market, I ask myself that question, will the gap be filled? Right? So there are several, indicators that you can use to check whether it's difficult to really check, but there are several tests you can do to check if the gap will be filled. So you can wait a whole day to see if the gap is not filled, then you can take advantage of the market the next day. Those are tests, number one. And of course, most likely, when this kind of a thing happened on the chart of US30, most likely the gaps are not filled that day. Maybe the next day, yeah, but that day, no. So today may not be the day that we fill this gap. right, on the US30 front. And considering the fact that US30, I think it's also made a new high today. Let me clean this chart and check something out. On the monthly chart, we see the price here made the newest high today. So the new all-time high is today also on this one. Looking at the 1 hour chart, new all-time high is on it today. So today is the day that this price made a new all-time high. Okay. So let's go with Bollinger Band to check what the price is doing. Now, the Bollinger Band is saying that the price could go down, but we are not 100% sure because based on what the price is doing, the price may not give us that opportunity to do that. So let's quickly, look at opportunities around this. So what you can do is plot trend line and see if you can, take advantage of it. So you clear your chart, whether you're using phone or laptop, it doesn't matter. Clear your chart and see if you can plot a trend line. Plotting a trend line for this one could be trickish, okay, because the price is not really giving us that kind of vibe. But let's see if we can just try this. Remember, your trend line don't have to be 100% perfect, but it should be able to give you what you want. So just oh wow. So that's more like a jump of that trend line. Wow. It's really difficult for me to plot this kind of trend line. I will not lie to you. Difficult, right? Difficult. Really difficult to plot this kind of trend line. Okay, I think I see it better now. All right, so this is the way it should be. The way it should. And then there's one here too. And this one. Yeah, there's one more too. So what we can do is to look at these last two trend lines. These last two. This so of the trend line. I think we can look at this one. Okay. Moji, come answer this call. Just tell him that I'm doing a map, that I'll do with him shortly. I'll answer the call. So, with me. So let's see if we can. Let's see if it's possible that this gap is going to be covered. It's possible. Okay. It's possible, considering that these two lines are pretty tight. So let's see what will happen today. So if the trend line is covered, if the two trend line is covered, then we can go ahead and place a buy especially when the price get back to this and give us a bullish engulf, right? Then we can take advantage of that. So I'm going to be stopping here today, right now. And of course, tomorrow another person will be on the hot seat to answer all our questions and of course, do justice to analysis. So somebody is asking, when is it convenient to enter any trade considering MA wire, whether bullish or bearish? Which one is MA wire? I'm hearing MA wire for the first time. Which one is wire there? Do you want to see MA line, moving average lines? Okay, if it is line you want to see, well, just plot your trend line or moving averages, and of course you see reactions of candles around it. All right, so thank you very much, everybody. Of course, I'll see you when I see you tomorrow. It's another day. Of course, be here. Peace and love. Bye bye.